Welcome to News West 9's West Texas View with Johnny Lou Avery.
What a pleasure it is to have two of my favorite people here today. Vicki Jay is the Executive Director of Midland Shared Spaces, and Gary Hires is the IT Director. And this is an organization, a facility that we've been talking about for the last 16 to 18 weeks, because this is a concept that has been brought to the Midland community and is now being copied in other communities across the nation. There's only 200 or so facilities like Midland Shared Spaces, and it opened in January, and now 8 months later, it's time to kind of review and see where we are, see what they've learned from this project, and most of all, to revel in the efficiency and effectiveness of this concept. Vicki Jay was in on the vision from the very beginning, and so we're going to talk about the history, even though you've told us in the very beginning of our series 18 weeks ago. I want you to talk about it again. But before we do that, I want to know a little bit about you two and know about your background and how you arrived at Midland Shared Spaces. Let's start with you, Vicki.
Okay, I'd be glad to. Been in Midland about 30 years. Started as a classroom teacher. My background is education and I love kids. That led me to another adventure called Rays of Hope. I started a children's grief center working with Hospice of Midland. And, we did that for about 10 years, and then we found a way to have a building. So we opened the building in 2003. And I wouldn't have left if I hadn't had something better to go to. And this adventure, now I serve as the Executive Director at Midland Shared Spaces, and it's just a good fit, combining a lot of things in my background, working with nonprofits, working in leadership, being a trainer. I've been a trained facilitator for a long time. It just fits.
But we're going to talk about how you knew that it was a better job because you were in on that vision. But let's make Gary first. Gary, now you have a very impressive background because you've got a lot of credentials and experience in technology. So tell us your background.
Yes, I come to Midland Shared Spaces coming from Midland College, where I work for the director or the Department of Continuing Education, where I taught many of the computer classes, office classes, Adobe classes. I'd offer customized training to businesses throughout the Midland community, and did much of my training to a bunch of nonprofits in the community as well, where I kind of met Vicki. I'm doing some training with nonprofit groups, also helping out and serving with hospice as well on an ethics committee. So yeah, I have a passion for serving nonprofits. This is a perfect fit for me.
Because before that you were a school teacher.
Yes.
And you've had a lot of experience in volunteering also. And I think you've got to have a heart for helping agencies and volunteers in order to do it. But so everybody that comes on talks about what a wonderful team at the top you have, whether it's your board or your staff. So you've got a paid staff of 4 that runs this big building and keeps it going and keeps all of the things up to date and working. So how fortunate you are that you've got 4 people that have really meshed and melded together and are working to set the tone for everybody that's in the building. Because that's another thing that they've all said as they've come up and talked about their individual agencies, is how wonderful a family has been made out of Midland Shared Spaces.
That was pretty deliberate. Like, when we looked for an IT director, we didn't just look for someone with knowledge, we looked for someone who had the people skills too. We wanted somebody who had that teaching ability, and we did that across all of our staff. We were very selective and deliberate about who became part of our team.
Because if you just do it for them, that doesn't teach them. So you are a really good person at training people to use their equipment. So let's talk now about how this vision got started.
I would love to tell the story. You know, as all good things, it starts around a table, and there were a group of nonprofits and funders and business people sitting around the table saying, what can we do better? We had a lot of challenges in the nonprofit world, which is experienced across the country. Nothing unique, just the fact that nonprofits need a little support in doing things better. So out of that conversation, we started a research process and found a couple of ideas that kind of spurred us on a little bit, and it was pretty much centered around collaboration. Eventually, we came upon a group called the Network, Nonprofit Network Center, and what they do is they do just this. They bring groups together and try to help them understand how they can do more together better. And we went through quite a bit of feasibility and research in our community to find out if this concept would even work, because it's pretty unique. Bringing multiple groups together under one roof with multiple missions without giving up your mission, you know, staying true to what you do, but yet interacting with others. And that was a great asset for us to hook onto them. We've now become part of a group of about 200, as you said earlier, across the U.S. and Canada who do this kind of work, who bring people together. When we did our feasibility study, we asked about 400 nonprofits in our community, you know, what are your needs? Would you be interested? Help us understand you. And through that process, it kind of grew to be developed to meet their needs specifically that they've stated.
And the interesting thing about that is, as this vision was forming and growing, you were finding people that say, oh, gosh, I don't know if that'd work. And then after you got it started, people said, why didn't we think of that sooner?
That's right. It's, you know, to me, Johnny, it's just common sense.
I
it
know.
just makes sense to put everybody together. You have less, you know, our whole idea is that we want to put less stress on survival and more into direct services. So the more that we can help nonprofits work together, not duplicate equipment or services or whatever, they have more to put out into the clients.
And that's one of the biggest problems, especially with small nonprofits, is they're always just trying to find a place for their board to meet, or they're just trying to find a place to get some printing done.
It's kind of a survival. You know.
Yeah. We're going to have to take a break right now, but we're going to be back in just a minute and continue this conversation, because there's so much that has been learned in this 8 months of operations, and so much that the tenants have learned. And as we've had that shared to us over the weeks prior to this, you've heard that. We'll be back in just a minute and continue this conversation.
Stay tuned. West Texas View will be right back.